More money, more money, more money. Y'all remember that, right? From In Living Color, what was it? It was In Living Color, Mo Money. That was a little skit with two characters they had. I think it was like Wiz and Ice or something like that. They was always talking about how you can make more money without spending your money. It was too fabulous. I don't know why I've got In Living Color on the brain today. Absolutely, I do know why I got In Living Color on the brain today. Because what we going to do, what we about to do, is I want to talk to you about how to bring in more money, more money, more money. We're going to talk about your sales hacks. Well, some of my sales hacks anyway, and success habits too. Things that you need to do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goal too, with strategy and intention. So, good morning. Good morning to you if you catching me live or on the replay side. Hey, doing business by faith. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Latrice. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to share this out because, of course, that's what it's all about. You want to bring some of your business besties inside of our virtual building. So, come on, come on. I got things to share with you, but you got work to do. You got to share this out, boo. Tweet it out, Facebook, share, whatever you need to do. Also, remember to turn on alerts and notifications too so that you can see when I am live so that you can jump on here live with me. Okay. I am your girl, LaShonda Henry, aka Sister Sense. I help entrepreneurs make sense of making money online, and hopefully, I am right on time for you if working on your sales and your success habits too is something that you're trying to do. Okay. So, this beautiful, beautiful morning today, feel free to drop into the comment box hashtag replays rock if you're watching me on the replay side. And if you are looking to work on success and sales habits, I want you to put either success into the comment box or sales into the comment box or both. If that is something that you're looking to do, I want to know from you what you're focusing on right now, your sales, your success, or both. Okay. So let's jump in today. The first thing that I want to do is share a sales hack with you. Okay. Now, the reality here is this. One of the most important things when it comes to sales, okay? I know a lot of you guys are obsessed about getting new customers, but one of the most important things when it comes to sales and creating a sustainable business, lean in, listen up, is repeat business, right? Getting a sense of who loves your good and getting them to come back for some more, right? So the first sales hack that I want to talk about today is bring it back. Bring it back. When I say that, I mean I want you to rewind, come again, and bring back one of the best offers you previously had. Now, that is something that some of you, I know this is a common sense thing, but I'm telling you, sometimes folks, common sense ain't common. Especially when you're trying to find like the perfect thing and you're trying to find the new thing, the flossy thing, the glossy thing, you're trying to pop something else out there. I want to be clear. One of the best ways for you to create a sustainable business is to rewind, right? Bring back something that worked for you. So, number one, I want you to think about the last 7 days. What have you done in the last 7 days this week that was successful for you as far as you generating revenue? Can you do that again? And feel free to drop into the comment box and say, oh, I did that. Or if it wasn't the last 7 days, the last quarter, right? What are some things that you did last year? Maybe you need to sit down and have what I call a P personal, C clarity, S session. You need to have a PSC personal clarity session with you. Go through your financial e-commerce platforms, go through the reports that shows you your sales, take a look at the offers that sell really well for you, and bring something back, boo, so you can generate new revenue. Now, why am I sharing this with you? I've got a program. It's called the Dominate Daily Implementation Program, DDIP, which you can learn more about over at sistersense.com/DDIP. I believe in daily domination through implementation. And the reality is, and you can lean in, listen up, and let me know. The reality is that most entrepreneurs that struggle to grow, okay, they're struggling the most because they're implementing the least. Who struggles with consistent implementation in their business? Don't lie. Don't fake the funk. You can say me, right? You can say me. Who struggles with that? If you are not consistently implementing, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle with showing up, being present, and building your business, building your brand, building your customer base, right? So one of the things that I talk about inside of the DDIP program, which is 365 days, every day I'm sharing with my ladies action things that they can do to work on their money, their marketing, and their sales goals too, right? One of the days is a special day for us to stop and really reflect on what they've done over the last few days, right? So we do it once a week. And one of the things I talk about is to rewind. If there was something successful that you did that week, don't try to rack your head coming up with something new. Do that again, right? So think about your week. Think about your last month. Think about the last year. Take a look at those best items that you put out there and put them out there again. Okay, so that for me is a really great success hack. Okay, because the reality of the situation is you just don't want to focus on try to come up with something new. You want to make the best of, make the most of what you have already created. Okay, so that's one success hack. It's a hack. Write it down. Bring them back. Okay, bring it back. Bring them back so you can get repeat business. Okay, now number two, first we talked about rewind. Number two, what I want you to do is remind. Remind. This one, number two, is actually twofold. Okay. Now, if you put out something recently, feel free to drop that into the comment box for me so I can see, so we can see, right? This is an opportunity for you to shamelessly self-promote and plug your good right now. What do you got right now? One thing that you got working on right now, right? So I mentioned to you my DDIP, my Dominate Daily Implementation Program over at SuccessSense.com/DDIP. That's something that I am excited about and currently working on. Somebody drop that into the comment box for me, right? What's one thing that you're working on? Now, you can say that you've put it out in some way, maybe a few days ago, maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe you haven't put it out at all, but hopefully you did. This is your opportunity to go back and say, remind your audience of what you've recently shared. Okay, so the first thing was to rewind and do something again, a sales, an offer that you put out there that worked for you. So bring it back so you can have more people see it, or maybe the same people who saw it before see it again. Maybe they'll buy it again, right? Number one, now we got to remind, let them know, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this is what's happening right now, right? So for example, right now I'm doing the Launch with Leads. It's an absolutely free 7-day challenge. Did you hear about it? Did you hear about it? Are you inside of it? SisterSense.com/LWL Launch with Leads, the 7-day challenge. We're doing it every day, live at 1 p.m. EST. Are you missing it? Turn on alerts and notifications so you can see, right? You got to remind, because guess what? Some people, maybe they saw it, but they didn't take action. Some people, maybe they did not see it at all. Hello, Resume Workshop, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning. So the reality is that you want to make sure that you're strategically reminding people of what you just released or what you've got coming up. So for example, I'm super excited because this Saturday, I am doing my 1-day webinar workshop, Fire Start Your Year, for my mentees so I can help them get clear about their next best business steps and really mapping out their year, right? And by the way, whether you want to participate in that live or watch the replays, if you can't make it live, you can learn more about that over at firestartyouryear.com. So I want you to think about either letting people know about something that remind them of something that's coming up, or something that you recently released, something that's happening now, new, next, right? Those 3 ends. Now, new, next, okay? Remind people consistently about what's going on in your community, okay? So they get excited about staying around with you. See, a lot of people, again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. The entrepreneurs who struggle the most implement the least. And some of that implementation, honestly, is your communication skills, right? You consistently just letting people know. Some of y'all be like, oh, it ain't ready yet. It ain't ready yet. I can't talk about it yet, or, oh, I got so much on my plate. I want to tell them this, but I also want to do this. Nuh-uh, cut the fat. cut the fat. If that stuff ain't ready yet, it's okay. Just focus on the communication today, letting them know what's new, what's now, what's next. Okay. Now, remember I said to you, the remind is twofold. Number one, you got to remind folks of what you got going on. But number two, you got to remind yourself of the things that you do, or rather the things that you said you were going to do, right? I always like to tell myself, LaShonda, remember to remind yourself, stick to the damn plan. We got shiny object syndrome. We got, ooh, I could try that. Ooh, I could try that. Stick to the plan. Remember to remind yourself. So I want you to stick to the plan. Here's a success hack. I've got a document called Stick to the Plan. Anybody ever get fuzzy about what the hell it was that they said that what they was going to do, right? I need to be like, LaShonda, you said you were going to do that. So do what the hell you said you were going to do. And when I get lost or I get fuzzy, anybody ever get lost? I go back to that document. It literally is called Stick to the Plan, so that I can go back in there and see the things that I said I wanted to do, right? So this second part, first part was rewind, second part was remind, right? We're talking about sales hacks and success habits, consistently reminding, number one, your audience of what's new, what's now, what's next. And number two, remembering to remind yourself of the things that you said you want to do so you don't get lost, number one. And so you power through to get to the other side of the success you are looking to see. The reality will only come with inconsistent implementation and execution, right? Now, I'm actually taking you inside DDIP, my DDIP Dominate Daily Implementation Program over at sistasense.com/DDIP. For 365 days, I'm sharing with you smart sales hacks, success hacks, so you can work on your impact, your influence, your income, and the biggest I of them all, your ability to implement daily implementation, right? Daily domination through consistent implementation. That's what the program is all about. So every week I check in and I say, before we do anything else, I need us to pause for a second. So I'm giving you a few of the paused activities. One of those pauses is to rewind. Another one is to remind. And the last one that I'm going to share with you today, okay, giving you kind of a little piece of the good of DDIP, is to respond. Respond, okay? So the reality is that when you're in a situation where you are engaging your audience more people are going to check in with you, right? Whether you are engaging through live stream or emails or blogging or whatever it is that you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, the more that you do it, the more people will check in with you. That's the goal, right? So for example, when I think about rewind, one of the things that I did that works really well for me when it comes to sales is checking in with my audience and asking them one of my favorite questions, which is, can we talk? And I personalize the message. So if you're on my email list and you probably got an email from me, if your name is Renee, maybe it said, can we talk Renee? If your name is LaShonda, can we talk LaShonda, right? So I love to create personalized messages. Point being, the can we talk email is one of my favorites. And I share with you guys like little email hacks and little bit productivity hacks and marketing strategies inside of DDIP. That's what I like to do. Like some of the most effective emails that work for me, I share those little things with you every day. So you've got action items. And the DDIP is 365 days. I'm checking in with you on a daily basis. Okay. So point being, there were quite a few ladies, right, that really loved that message and responded to me. So my inbox is full and I got to respond now back to them and check in with those statements, questions, and things that they posted inside of those messages, right? So number one, I love to use email subject headers that work really well for me so that I can increase the open rates and improve my sales, optimize the sales, right? So being conscious of those marketing strategies that you got to rewind and do on a regular basis is something that I want to remind you to do so that when people do respond to those marketing efforts, you make it an effort to, number three, respond back. Because at the end of the day, one of my favorite ways when it comes to conversion marketing, one of my favorite conversion hacks is through direct communication. Because guess what? You can send out your email to hundreds, if not thousands of people, and maybe some people will immediately take action. But I'm going to tell you, there's a good percentage of people who they take action after they've directly interacted with you. So don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't forget or don't overlook those individuals because you're so focused on seeing hundreds or thousands of people interacting with you that you're not taking the time to stop that fixation and fixate on the individual people who are touching with you, touch points, right? Who are connecting with you, right? And that's something that we do sometimes. I've got to be honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm so busy. And then there are emails there, right? Which is why I've got to intentionally stop myself and remind myself to go back and respond. Because in those conversations, you never know. I mean, I've been able to get like 4 and 5 figures in 5 minutes because all of a sudden somebody's like, oh my God, I need you. And I'm like, oh, okay, what do you need? I need a website. Oh, okay, well, let's get on a call. We get on a call, 5 seconds later, bam, $3,000 in my account. Why? Because of that response, right? So I need you to think about those 3 things. Number 1, how can you rewind? And you just one of these, if you can do any of these, that's just a smart thing to do, okay? So can you, number 1, rewind a sales or marketing strategy that worked for you recently or in the last year or last quarter, bring it back, right? That's one sales hack. Number 2, remind them of, something that you've recently promoted, or remind yourself of something that you got to do to stick to the plan of whatever that vision is that you've got for your business. Or in the last one, I said, you got to respond, right? Who do you need to respond to today? How can you sit and, make note of individuals that you can check in with and respond back to in some way? Okay. Those are 3 of several strategies that I pause and talk to the ladies in my circle about as part of the Dominate Daily Implementation Program. So before I go, make sure that you guys let me know which of any of these 3 you're going to work on, whether it be today or in the next couple of days. And I'll do my best to check back with you with another sales hack and success habit conversation real soon. Okay. So of course, don't forget, if you haven't already signed up, make sure that you take a look at the daily implementation program over at sistasense.com/DDIP. You can always email your questions to me at sistasense@gmail.com. And when you're on the sistasense.com website, you can always click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. All right. So one way or another, you can check in with me if you need some extra clarity. But again, I'll make sure to be on here once again real soon. Of course, later on today, you'll see me as part of the Launch with Leads challenge. I'll be teaching around that. And of course, I'll do my best to come back on here as often as I can to share. So share this out. Please give me a thumbs up or a like or a heart if you found that this session was helpful today, and share this with your business besties so they can join the community too. All righty, my dears. See you next time. Mwah.